Good Monday morning. Today is January the 24th. It is 9:06, and we are live for Anchor Your Week. And this is week number 4, whatever week it is, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Excited to be here this morning. If you tuned in live last week, or maybe you just watched the video or listened to the podcast, that should be up later today. You heard me talk about the importance of video marketing for your business. Now, remember, we are a real estate company, but we are teaching and training other industries that are in the sales position. So insurance, mortgage lender, selling roofs, whatever capacity that you serve your client or you serve your customer, you need to be getting the word out about your business. You need to be reinforcing the fact that you are the professional on their social media feed, whether that's Facebook, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, YouTube, right? So all of those platforms need to be covered and need to have content from you, specifically video marketing. And so one of the things I wanted to talk about this morning before we hop into some of the meat and potatoes of video marketing, because guess what? That's what we're going to talk about again today. And then in the future, next Monday, we're going to have Trisha Hoseman, #List with Trish. She is going to be deep diving into social media marketing. So that's what we're going to focus on for the month of February. We are going to have a little social media challenge within our brokerage. There may be some prizes. There may be some money. There may be some Because Coffee gift cards. There may be some lunch gift cards. You may get to go out to lunch with me specifically. But we are ramping up our social media presence. And so I wanted to focus on video. Trish is going to kind of do an overarching theme, basically an intro to social media marketing, because we realize that we have agents on all different skill levels when it comes to social media marketing. So we want to make sure that we're breaking that elephant, that big content that feels overwhelming, that feels like I don't know where to start. We want to break it down into small, minute pieces and get you to the point where you're just taking one step in front of the other. So I want to share some feedback and some testimonials from the video content that I've been rolling out really since the beginning of January, maybe just a week or so at the end of December. But we launched our Anchor Difference video that we shot, that RMC Marketing shot for us over in their studio. And so I've had that video on a boosted ad. It's not boosted. There's much better way to spend your money, but I've been investing money in that video. And so I'm sure some of you that are watching live and that are a part of Anchor have seen that video pop up in your newsfeed over and over and over again. And not only is it in your newsfeed, it's also in your stories, right? It's also in your group pages. Maybe you've been looking for a new car or a four-wheeler. It's in Marketplace. It's on Instagram. So that video is all over, and I'm investing money. Now, when I say I'm investing money, I want to be real and raw with you guys. I'm not spending thousands of dollars. Okay, hear me. It doesn't take thousands of dollars to be effective with your marketing, right? I haven't even spent my budget. My budget was $350 for 45 days. Okay, so I think it averages out to about $5 to $6 per day that I'm spending. Now I am going for views, which means I want that video in front of as many people as possible. I don't care if they're agents. I don't care if they're brokers. I want that video out to be able to support and show what the Anchor Difference is. So just from that one piece of content, that one video that took 6 hours of my time, I don't know how long it took Andrew and RMC Marketing to be able to edit it, but it came out very well. That video has brought more conversations with agents and with my clients and my sphere. I've had people text me saying, hey, I was just reading about the Denver Broncos new quarterback, and then I scroll down and here's a video of you talking about the Anchor Difference. Guys, that's a 3-minute and 30-second video. I did not produce it. I can't take credit for that, but I want to tell you the value of that video, because I am able to tell the story. You're able to see my face. You're able to feel the emotions from that video that just doesn't get translated and correlated if I were just to type it out, right? Now, could we type that out? 100%. Should that be our ad copy on our website? 100%. But I want to specifically talk about the importance of that video. Now, fast forward, that video has been running for 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, right? And so I got a call Friday from the brokerage number that said, hey, I'm a local agent in Cumming. I saw your video on Facebook, and I want to have a conversation with you about coming and exploring if Anchor would be a good fit for me and my sister, who is also licensed. Okay. So I wanted to share real feedback, real-time feedback. And then not to mention, we get another email same day, same Friday, of somebody that moved in the area, had his real estate license back in the late 2000s. And he did not proceed with his license through the crash. He was an investor, but now he wants to get into real estate, reached out to us at Anchor. And so that's not bragging. That's not showboating. That is simply sharing the effects and the results of video marketing. Okay. Now, fast forward. What are some of the other content that I put out? I put out the 3-minute video of our office update walkthrough. That has taken off. I've had more conversations with people, right? It doesn't have to be difficult, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming. So I want to call Darryl Brown. Darryl watched last week's video, and he took initiative. He went forward and said, you know what? I'm going to just do this. I don't feel comfortable in talking in front of a camera. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to get content because I want to grow my business. So Darryl, will you just tell us a little bit of, maybe 60 seconds of what your week was like, and share some of the content that you grabbed, and maybe walk us through how it felt just starting to get content?
Well, it was actually kind of fun. It was the snow day. It was snow everywhere. And I was going up to take a look at a property. And so I just started filming the snow thing and made that my thing. And it was pretty cool. And I showed some snow scenes, and then I showed the house and little different videos. I was trying to figure out how to edit them and get them all in one. Instead, I posted like 4 little ones. But, and, I didn't exactly know what to say. And then when I look back at it, I don't know, at one point I stuck my tongue out and looked stupid, but it's, it's a beginning. You got to start, you have to start someplace, and that's just what you do. You have to start. So I figured I would just start, and then I can get feedback and criticism and take it positively and make changes and move forward. Yeah, that was my goal anyway. I've actually got another one made that I haven't posted yet.
Yes. And another thing I wanted to brag on Darryl about, because Darryl, while I was in Amelia Island for a realtor conference, Darryl was out showing 2 different out-of-state buyers for me. Like we've just partnered up, and Darryl said, Cody, I got this. So one of those videos that he took while he was out going to preview another property, he actually takes that content and sends it to our out-of-state buyer who's in Florida, who's moving to a very similar area, and says, guys, look how beautiful the snow is up here. We can't wait for you to get up here, right? That is just going above and beyond. And how did that client take that, Darryl, when you sent that video over?
She was so touched. She said it was so beautiful and such a contrast to where they live in South Florida. I just wanted to give them and she said, what a difference a couple of days make. They were just there 2 days before, and basically it snowed as soon as they left. So yeah, it's just beautiful. The snow wasn't debilitating, the roads were fine. So it was just beautiful and awesome. Yeah.
Right. So I just wanted to brag on Darryl. I know some of you other guys are out there and you're making content. You are doing it, but Darryl was one of those. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. We have to get past that. Okay. There are hiccups. Chris did another video. I don't know if you guys saw that one. That was on Anchor's page. I shared that one. He made a hilarious parody, essentially, video of, he set all of the signs up that we had that he's been carrying around in the back of his car, sent them up in our conference room and said, hey guys, these signs are looking to be adopted. We need a yard to place those in. Right. And so if you haven't watched that video, you need to go watch that video. It's hilarious, right? It doesn't always have to be stuffy. It doesn't always have to be serious. Let your personality come out through those videos, right? Like the video content that you make is really the type of client that you are going to attract. Okay. So while it's good to have informational and dress up and look professional, right? It's good to do that, but it's also great to have fun. If you have a hilarious idea, shoot the content. Just make it, put it out. The funny stuff, the emotional stuff that that really, when you share your heart, that's what moves people. That's what people remember. And that is what is going to keep you top of mind when it comes to marketing yourself. So
I would like to say something.
Sure.
When I posted that on my Facebook, as well as the company and all of that, I have gotten more response from people I haven't heard from in so long. It has the most response of anything. And it's just a little snippet of me driving and saying, hey, let's go look at some property in the snow, And there's so many people reaching out to me going, wow, you're doing this. I mean, it's nuts. I didn't really expect that, to be honest with you. And that was shocking to me. The immediate response from, quite a few people I hadn't heard from in a long, long time. Yeah. I mean, we were friends on Facebook, but they saw that video and it just made a difference. And I have to think someday I'm going to be selling them a house.
That's right. And it's like Tim says, Tim always says perception is reality. Perception is reality. Guys, you don't have to have a client to go out and look at properties, right? How easy would it be for you to get content, for you to go and schedule? And I'm not telling you to go and schedule and make it inconvenient for a family to get out, right? But what I suggest is going down the list, finding homes that are vacant, right? You're not putting anyone out. You could go and do a live video walkthrough for the people on your friends list. You could post that in yard sale sites. The only thing that we need to keep in mind when we're doing that is we need to mention the listing brokerage. But you can go out, you can get content, you can get pictures, you can get video, do a Facebook live walkthrough. You could put content together and you could combine, hey, which bathroom is better than which bathroom is better, right? And you're creating discussion, you're perceiving that you're busy because you are, right? They don't have to know that there's no buyer there. I am out previewing this property, right? What does previewing a property do? What does that mean? It means that I desire to be the market expert. So if I'm going to be the market expert, and if I'm going to be perceived as the market expert, I need to be out looking at houses. I need to show my friends and my family and my sphere that I'm out looking at property. So don't put this heavy burden, this worry, this fear, this anxiety come on you. Don't let that come upon you. Just go out and do it. Another one that I'd like to brag on, and we're going to get into the content, but Stephanie Furness, right? She started last year going and doing local business spotlights, which is one of the things that we're going to talk about today. But local business spotlight, guys, that's how I ended up at CrossFit. Because Stephanie did a video. She partnered with a local business, Gold City CrossFit. And because she brought publicity and marketing to their company, they said, well, you know what? I'll give out a free 30-day, I'll give out a free month, right? And I ended up winning. And here I am 7 months into CrossFit and loving it. But Stephanie is going out and getting involved in the community, right? and shooting content. I remember when Stephanie and I first sat down and talked about, hey, what am I going to do different? How am I going to really excel my business, but get invested in the community? And I said, why don't you just go feature local businesses, right? And then guess what, guys? You have the ability to share that content in all of the art sale sites, right? No one's going to complain about a video. You're marketing another company and you're marketing yourself. That company that you partnered with, guess what? They're going to share your content, right? You get to control the content. You get to put your logo, you get to put the brokerage logo at the end of the video. You get to control how people get in touch with you. And then that business is going to share that. Now you're getting into a sphere, you're getting into a community that you wouldn't necessarily be allowed into or getting into organically like that. Right. And so Stephanie, when she first got started, she's like, I don't want to be on camera. And all it was a voiceover. And now you can see the progression of Stephanie feeling more comfortable in front of the camera and being more diligent and creating a schedule for these local businesses as she ramps up for 2022. Okay. So I share all this for you. You may be out there feeling like, I don't know where to start. I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I can't do this. Guys, people just want to see you. People want to cheer you on. People want to see you be successful. So if you're not showing them that you're successful or even just a bit of success, how can they cheer you on? How can they root for you? How can they share with their friends and their family? Guys, you got to use Darryl. You got to use Tim. Did you see Chris's video? I'm not going to use another real estate agent. Stephanie, she loves her community. I am going to get involved with Stephanie's business. I don't want any other agent in Dahlonega to get my business. And then you may be thinking, well, there's only one. If Stephanie's doing Dahlonega, I can't do Dahlonega. Guys, there is an abundance everywhere. This is another Tim saying, there is abundance everywhere. If we feel like there's not enough or there's lack, then that is the wrong mindset. There is business for everyone. Even though there's 115,000 real estate agents in the state of Georgia, there is business for everyone. But the business does not just come to you. You have to go out and market yourself. And that's why I'm talking so heavily about video marketing. Okay. So let's talk about some realistic ideas that you can do. And we're already approaching, 15 minutes. So I want to make sure that we get through these somewhat quickly. Number one, partner with another brand. Okay. So what does that mean when it comes to real estate? You could be interviewing a home inspector. You could interview a mortgage lender that you feel like you can trust, that's going to put out good information and good content alongside you. You could put out another brand is what Stephanie's doing, partner with a local business, right? Go out and find, where do you want to establish your business? Where you're going to establish your business should be where you're going to get the content from, right? Dahlonega is not a huge city, but there's businesses around the square that Stephanie hasn't gotten to yet, right? There's plenty for everyone. So don't say, well, Stephanie's got Dahlonega on lockdown. You can go do different content. You could focus on a different avenue. So partner with another brand. Bring somebody else along with you. Okay. Again, the idea is that now you're reaching into their sphere because they're going to share it. You're partnering, you're locking arms with somebody else that's going to help you promote your brand, and you're helping another company or another person promote their brand. And when you do that, when you lock arms, it says that in Ecclesiastes 4, right? That two are better than one because you can put to flight 10,000, right? So lock arms with a local business or a local brand and put out content. Number two, this is something that I'm really going to focus on, not in this quarter, but the second quarter, customer or client testimonials. One of the things that Alex did really well last year when he had closings, he actually reached out to his past clients and said, listen, if you will do this video for me, all I need is just a raw video of a selfie, essentially selfie video, 30 seconds. Hey, what was it like working with Cody as or through the real estate transaction, right? It's on their time, their clock. So sometimes we have to incentivize them to get the content back to us, but there's nothing like a video testimonial. It's great to have written, right? But then you have that some people out there, the doubting Thomases that say, is that even real? Did somebody else type that up? If you have a client testimonial, a video, right, that you put out after you close, guess what? They're really there. They're standing in front of you. So one of the things that you can do as you get your closings, you want to take your picture, you want to get that for content, but just say, hey, Tim, do you mind just sharing maybe 30 seconds of what it was like to work with me throughout the process, right? 30 seconds. I'm right there in front. I'm holding the camera. They're just looking at the camera and saying what their experience was like, whether it was good or whether it was bad. But that is an easy piece of content that you can boost, that you can sponsor as an ad running. Hey, listen to what it's like to work with Cody. Now, that's one piece of content. Get 10 client customer reviews, and then you splice them together and say, listen, this is what people have said about working with me. Now I can send that to clients. Maybe they're online leads, right? Maybe that's an introduction email that I've never met this person. I've never met this potential client, but one of my processes in my CRM is to say, hey, I'm going to send out this video, right? If we do 6 testimonials in a video, make it 3 minutes, whatever, make it watchable. But this is what people have said about working with me. And this is why you should choose to work with me as your agent. That's different. How many people are doing it, right? And like I always say, if you want to achieve what others aren't, do what others aren't willing to do. Okay. So if people aren't doing the video content for the client customer testimonials, then what happens when you start doing it? You're going to see an impact from that. Another thing, and Trisha is going to touch on this next week, we want 80% of our content to be real life, okay? To be us. 20% of our content should be about the business, right? That's under contract, that's the new listings, that's the solds, right? That should be about 20% of your business. And so the other 80%, you've got to put out content, you've got to put out the videos that show who you are, right? So if you follow me on my page, you'll see that I have videos of me taking the kids to Dollywood. I have videos of me sharing the gospel. I have videos of me doing spicy challenges, right? Like, people are going to come to you when they feel like they can relate and they trust you, right? The relation part is crucial. That's the way that you build a lasting legacy business. And so if you're only putting out real estate content, yes, it's good that you're putting out content, period, but people want to connect with you. People want to see what is Cody all about besides real estate? Yeah, I know he's real estate, I know anchor, blah, 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 but what does Cody do? Okay. And so put out content that shows who you are, right? Like, maybe that's Tim going to CrossFit and he does a time-lapse video of him working out. Like, hey, I crushed my CrossFit goals today. Well, who is that going to appeal to? That's going to appeal to those people that are CrossFitters, that have a desire to discipline their bodies, to work out, right? So you maybe it's kids, maybe it's Star Wars or whatever that you feel drawn to, that motivates you, that excites you. Maybe it's downhill luging, like Chris did that. He's got all kinds of content of his dog pulling him on a skateboard. So put the content out there that shows who you are, not always just all about real estate. Okay, another one that you could do is interview, right? So interview people. You can interview what is it that makes you different, right? And that's kind of going partnering with a different brand. So we'll lump those together. How-to videos. Okay, that content that Greg put in Anchor All Stars, I am going to duplicate that. I'm going to reciprocate that content, and I'm putting that out to my sphere. I am going to educate my people about what the difference is when we have an increase in interest rates. Every single one of you could put that content out on your page. All you have to do is take the notes. Greg already gave you all the information. He gave you all the hard parts. All you've got to do is put those notes down and then come up with a simple script. Guys, I'm here to tell you the effects of a rising interest rate. That's a how-to video, right? You could put out content, how to buy a house. You could put out 60-second videos. First, step one, you've got to talk with a lender. You've got to find your budget bullseye. You've got 45 seconds to be able to educate that buyer. You could put those little videos out. You could put it on TikTok. You could put it on YouTube Shorts. You could put it on Facebook Reels. You could put it on Instagram Reels. You could put it on your personal Facebook page, right? So you've got all of these. One piece of content can go to all of these different social media platforms. And all it took was that one piece of content, and you've got it out to those different. So how-to videos, right? How to, and we want it to be related to our field, right? So, how to buy a house, how to stage a house, how to sell a house, how to negotiate in a multiple offer. How do I help my buyers in multiple offer situations? Like, all of those are how-to videos that you could put out. And I know Stephanie is talking with a lender, and they're going to get together and do monthly lender updates for the mortgage side of things. So that's creating community with a lender. That lender, any buyers that come through that are unrepresented, guess what? Who do you think that lender is going to send that lead to? Stephanie. Okay. Did you know videos? Okay. Did you know that a real estate, that you could buy a house for X and your monthly payment is this versus a rental, right? We know the market right now. We know that it's difficult to find rentals. We know that it's difficult to find any kind of houses to purchase, right? They're out there, but we have to be savvy. We need to show that we have the knowledge, expertise, and wisdom on how to win multiple offer situations, because we are the trusted advisor on their friends list. So did you know that you could qualify for a mortgage with a 640 credit score for an FHA loan? Right now, we want to make sure, if we're going to get into the financial side and financing, like lending, we want to make sure that we at least run the information by a trusted lender to make sure that we're not putting out false content. Okay, so just be aware of that. Did you know? And then the last one that we'll cover is life hacks, right? And so again, going back to that 80% and 20% rule, 80%, you could put out life hacks. Guys, it's not difficult. You could Google on YouTube life hacks. You make it your own, right? Go and reenact somebody else's life hack video. It's not difficult. We're not stealing someone else's content because we're making your own content. And the reality is that they got that life hack from somebody else. And all they did is rebranded that life hack for their business and for their gain and their profit. Okay. So I just wanted to share just a few, and we shared more than a few, but just a handful of ideas that you could literally implement starting today, right? Don't get in that routine, right? Routine. Don't get in the routine of saying, well, I'll just start next Monday. It's this week's already shot. Do what Darryl did. Just do it. Just do it. Get the phone going, get the camera going, and just do it. Feel uncomfortable. Once you get past the uncomfortable feeling, you're going to realize the results, just like Darryl achieved. Right? Darryl is not special. He is special. Darryl, you're special. But Darryl is not special. The thing that makes Darryl special was that he actually did it. He did it. So just like working out, just like starting a diet or exercise plan, it takes one foot in front of the other. Don't overwhelm yourself with thinking it's got to be perfectly edited and it's got to be video, it's got to have sound. Don't worry all about that. We'll get into that once we get the office set up. We're going to get the TV this week. Once we do that, I'll go through and show you how to make and edit videos quickly and easily to put out that great content. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. If this helped you, leave a comment below on the video. Send us an email from the podcast if you're listening. Let us know what you're doing for your business, and how are you going to implement video marketing into your business? Thanks for being here. We will see you next week for Anchor Your Week. You guys have a blessed week.